look at my big tulip. Oh, you're gonna grow into such a pretty flower. Yeah. You know, you're not supposed to be in the garden. You wanna cuddle? Show them how you cuddle. Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to be planting some tulips here in this fall, right where I dug up some of my dahlias. So I found the tulips. There's in these great big totes. I will just say I love these totes. They're great for picking vegetables in, because if you forget about them and they start to rot a little bit, or it's hot heat and they start to rot before you can catch it, then it's not gonna ruin your basket. I mean, you can just clean it out. I mean, you don't want that to happen, but it could happen. So I dug my tulips out once they were done blooming. Once the stems got worn out, and they're looking good. Tulips can rot a lot, especially here in the Allegheny Mountains of the Appalachian Mountains. So we have really wet seasons, and I didn't want them to rot. So over the summertime. So let's go plant them. Hey, Molly, come here. These were stored in vermiculite. You can buy huge bags of vermiculite right on Amazon. That's where we got ours. Yeah, you can buy a 50 bag of it, and it's good for storing your bulbs in. If you're gonna do this with tulips, make sure they dry out first. I mean, I actually had these sitting out for maybe like 3 weeks, just in a pot without any dirt. And then they dried out. These are all different varieties, and if you can see, we have all sorts of different sizes too. This one was probably one that I bought last fall, and then these smaller ones, this one between my index and my thumb, is one of the babies. So I'm just planting them all. Usually with cut flowers, they don't save the bulbs. What they do is they'll buy bulbs every year and they'll treat them as annuals. And then whenever they harvest them, they'll harvest the ball, stem, and bloom all up. And this prolongs the vase life, or the amount of time that they can sell the tulips, so that's why they do it. But last year my tulips I grew as cut flowers. I kept them for myself. And some of them I didn't even cut because my husband likes tulips just as tulips in the ground. So if we don't use the tulip bulbs all out here for cut flowers, I figured I'd take some and I'd actually put them up in our front bed. I'd probably do that another day because the sun's going down. I mean, like, it's nice for videoing because it's not super bright on my face now, but it's getting a little bit chilly up here in the mountains. So the next step is to now take our bulbs and put them either really close together or about like 4 to 6 inches apart. Now, if you want your tulips to just stay in their spot, plant them about 4 to 6 inches apart. Now, if this is where you think you're gonna dig them up again, you can plant them even closer. So I do want tulips that I'll have to dig up next summer, but I also want some that I can just leave in the ground. This is the spot that I'm just gonna leave them in the ground. So I'm gonna go between about that 4 to 6 inch mark so that over the years they can multiply and then spread out a little bit. And I do want to compare them to each other. Like, do the tulips grow better when I dig them out every year, or do they grow better whenever I just leave them in? So we'll see over the years. So we used a good bit of tulips, but I mean, we still have plenty here to plant. So another day here in fall, I'm gonna take probably majority of the rest of those tulips, plant them side by side in one of my cleared out raised garden beds. So the last step I took was I added some mulch that we bought on clearance at Walmart back at the end of June when Walmart was getting rid of it at a cheap price. Yeah, it's colored. We've read some stuff where colored stuff isn't good for your garden and whatnot, but if I plant these tulips in our front garden bed, it's going to be in red mulch, in the same red mulch. So it is what it is. That's what type of mulch I had. And the mulch will keep the tulips nice and warm. I was also, when I was covering it back up, I noticed that it doesn't look as much dirt as when I dug it all up. So that's why adding the mulch will also, it kind of adds back soil to the ground. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, give any comment that you have on your mind, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and find a Farmette and Bloom on Facebook as well.